COVID-19 cases are rising in the U.S. amid a summer wave, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
December 2019. Wuhan, China, a wet market, animals packed together, viruses jumping between species, and then one makes the leap to humans. COVID-19. Within weeks, it spreads across China. Within months, it's everywhere. Lockdowns, masks, social distancing, over 7 million people dead. The entire world shut down for years. Your life changed overnight. You couldn't see friends, couldn't hug grandparents, couldn't go to school or work. But what if that virus never jumped to humans? What if COVID-19 just never happened? 1. January 2020 without the virus. In this timeline, that virus never makes the jump. Maybe it mutates differently. Maybe someone closes that market a week earlier. January 2020 rolls around and there's no pandemic. You're living normal life, going to school, going to work, sitting in traffic, meeting friends at restaurants, going to concerts, traveling, just normal stuff. The news covers normal things. Trump's impeachment trial, the 2020 election, Australia's wildfires, Kobe Bryant's death. Not pandemic news. Those wet markets in China, still operating. No international pressure to close them. The conditions that could create the next pandemic are still there. The whole world keeps living with false security. We're not ready for a pandemic, but without COVID, we don't know that yet. 2. Your life stayed the same. In our timeline, COVID changed how you work. Zoom meetings, working from home, hybrid schedules. In the alternate timeline, none of that happens. You're still going to the office every day, still sitting in cubicles, still having in-person meetings. You're still commuting every day, sitting in traffic or packed into crowded trains. No remote work option, no flexibility. And housing, totally different. In our timeline, remote work let people leave expensive cities. Home prices in small towns exploded. In the alternate timeline, everyone still needs to live near their job. City apartments stay expensive. You can't move to Montana and keep your job. Companies are still renting huge office buildings, spending millions on office space. Your kids still go to school in person every day. No Zoom classes. No parents trying to work while teaching kids at home. Your social life never stops. Restaurants stay packed. Concerts keep happening. Sporting events, weddings, everything proceeds normally. 3. The economy looks different. March 2020. In our timeline, the stock market crashed. Businesses closed. Millions lost jobs overnight. In the alternate timeline, the economy keeps chugging along. No crash, no massive unemployment, no trillion-dollar stimulus packages. All those restaurants and small businesses that closed, still open. The owners who lost everything, they're fine. Their dreams didn't die. The job market stays stable. No mass layoffs, no 14% unemployment, no food bank lines. People keep their jobs. Supply chains keep working, no toilet paper shortages, no empty shelves, no chip shortage. Everything flows normally. And inflation, way different. In our timeline, stimulus money and supply chain chaos drove prices through the roof. In the alternate timeline, inflation stays low. Prices increase gradually. Your paycheck goes further. Governments don't spend trillions on pandemic relief. National debts don't explode overnight. But the massive tech boom doesn't happen. Zoom doesn't become a household name. Peloton doesn't explode. DoorDash stays niche. The digital revolution happens slower. Amazon still grows, but not as fast. People still shop in stores. Malls don't die. Retail workers keep their jobs. 4. The people who lived. Over 7 million people died from COVID worldwide. In the US alone, over 1 million dead. In the alternate timeline, they're all still alive. That grandmother who died alone in a hospital room, still alive, still baking cookies for her grandkids. That healthy 35-year-old who caught COVID and never recovered, still alive, still coaching Little League. That nurse who got infected treating patients, still alive, still saving lives. Millions of families that were torn apart, still whole. Kids still have their parents, grandparents are still around. Healthcare workers didn't spend years drowning in trauma. They didn't watch thousands die. They didn't suffer PTSD from 16-hour shifts in ICUs. They're just doing normal hospital work, not fighting a losing battle against a virus. Long COVID never becomes a thing. Millions aren't dealing with chronic fatigue, brain fog, and mysterious symptoms. They're just healthy. But those 7 million people who died from COVID, some would have died from other causes anyway. Heart disease still exists. Cancer still exists. Mental health problems don't go away. In our timeline, COVID caused a massive crisis. Isolation, anxiety, depression, but even without COVID, those issues still exist from different causes. The difference is, without the pandemic forcing the conversation, mental health stays more stigmatized, less discussed, less treated. We're not saving 7 million lives permanently. We're giving them more time, maybe years, maybe decades. Still, that time matters. A grandmother meeting her great-grandchildren, a parent seeing their kid graduate. That time is everything. 5. Are we prepared for the next one? Here's the scary part. Without COVID, we learned nothing. In our timeline, COVID exposed every weakness in our healthcare system. Hospital capacity, PPE shortages, vaccine development. We learned hard lessons. In the alternate timeline, none of that happens. We're still unprepared, still don't have enough ICU beds, still don't have stockpiles of masks and ventilators. And the next pandemic is coming, maybe in 5 years. Maybe in 50, but it's coming. Viruses keep evolving, keep jumping species, keep spreading. In our timeline, COVID pushed mRNA vaccine technology forward by decades. Those vaccines were developed in record time. Now we can use that technology for cancer, flu, other diseases. In the alternate timeline, that research happens way slower. Maybe we don't have mRNA vaccines until the 2030s. Medical progress gets delayed by decades. COVID showed us how bad we are at global cooperation. Countries hoarded vaccines, fought over PPE, closed borders. It was chaos. In the alternate timeline, we haven't practiced. When the next pandemic hits, it'll be even worse. Public health departments got funding after COVID, contact tracing systems got built, testing infrastructure got established. Without COVID, none of that exists. We're flying blind into the next pandemic. Companies still treat workers as expendable. No discussions about work-life balance. No rethinking of toxic workplace cultures. The status quo continues unchallenged. Here's the dark truth. COVID was a tragedy, but it was also a warning, a relatively mild warning. If COVID had a 50% death rate instead of 1%, we'd be living in a post-apocalyptic world. COVID killed millions, but it could have been billions. Without experiencing COVID, we don't appreciate how close we came, and we're not preparing for the virus that might actually end civilization. So what if COVID never existed? 7 million people are still alive, the economy never crashed, you're still commuting to work every day, your kids never did Zoom school. Life just continued normally, but we're completely unprepared for the next pandemic. We haven't built the infrastructure, haven't developed the technology, haven't learned the lessons. It's a horrible trade-off. Millions of lives for knowledge and preparation. No one would choose that, but that's what happened. COVID showed us how fragile everything is, how quickly normal life can vanish. In the alternate timeline, people still think they're invincible, still think pandemics are history book stuff, until the next pandemic hits hard. We can't change what happened. COVID existed. Millions died. The world changed forever dramatically. But maybe we're a little more ready for what comes next, or maybe we already forgot. How do you think your life would be different without COVID? Let me know in the comments. But that's a story for another What If.